when he showed up at my game, I was like so mad.
Yeah,
like,
as accomplished and remarkably talented as many NBA stars are on the court, a significant number of them have faced serious criticism for falling short when it comes to raising the many children they have. From Larry Bird to Dwight Howard to Dennis Rodman, there is a long list of NBA players whose struggles as fathers, according to court records, interviews, and allegations from partners, paint a very different picture than the highlight-filled legacies fans see. One of the clearest examples often cited is Larry Johnson. Larry Johnson's situation stands out as one of the most thoroughly reported and publicly scrutinized examples of fatherhood issues involving an NBA player. While the charismatic Charlotte Hornets standout became a national sensation with his popular Grandmama commercials, the life he was living privately was far more complicated, and ultimately became impossible to keep out of the public eye. By the late 1990s, Johnson reportedly had 5 children with 4 different women, including 2 with his wife Celeste. However, it was his relationships outside of his marriage that sparked a series of legal disputes, financial battles, and allegations that would follow him for many years. One of those stories centered on Angela Jeffrey, a former flight attendant living in Baltimore, who gave birth to their daughter, Gabrielle Tyler, on October 4, 1993, the same day Johnson signed a historic $84 million, 12-year contract extension with Charlotte. Despite that remarkable timing, Jeffrey later stated that she and Gabrielle spent 9 months on welfare before a court ultimately ordered Johnson to pay $4,000 per month in child support in August 1995. According to her account, the real issue was not the money, but the near-total absence Johnson had from their daughter's life. Records and interviews indicated that by early 1997, when Gabrielle was just over 3 years old, she had reportedly seen her father only 3 times. Jeffrey recalled one visit at Johnson's Dallas home in June 1996 being positive, but said a meeting during a Knicks game in January 1997 lasted roughly 15 minutes, with Johnson appearing more focused on his entourage than on his daughter. Another case involving Johnson, however, was accompanied by even more troubling allegations. Los Angeles model Laura Tate claimed that when she became pregnant in 1996, Johnson allegedly pressured her to terminate the pregnancy. She further alleged that she received harassing phone calls from Johnson's friend, Portland Trail Blazers guard Stacey Augmon, prompting her to record conversations and relocate multiple times for her safety. After Tate's daughter, Taylor Tate, was born on August 2, 1997, a court-ordered paternity test reportedly confirmed Johnson was the father with 99.9% certainty. A Los Angeles judge then ordered him to pay $8,850 per month in child support, along with $30,000 annually for a nanny, one of the highest-known child support rulings for an athlete at that time. As Johnson's NBA career reached its final years, his financial responsibilities continued to grow. By 2015, he filed for bankruptcy, listing more than $120,000 in unpaid child support. TMZ reported that 4 different women had accused him of owing nearly $900,000 in total, with Tate reportedly being the primary creditor. Major outlets described him as an alleged deadbeat dad, despite Johnson earning more than $80 million over his playing career. Yet the narrative took a turn when the mother of his first child came forward to defend him, telling TMZ he was not a deadbeat and that he owed her nothing, a reminder that his relationships with his children appeared to differ dramatically from case to case. In an unusual resolution, Johnson settled the nearly $900,000 debt with Tate by transferring his $800,000 Las Vegas home to her and providing $55,000 in cash, allowing the bankruptcy case to be dismissed. By 2021, remaining back support issues were resolved, finally bringing an end to this long, painful, and highly public chapter in his life. Chris Bosh's situation stands out from several others on this list because many of the accusations surrounding him were tied to contentious legal disputes over custody and financial support, rather than claims that he completely abandoned his child. Even so, the long-running conflict between Bosh and his ex-girlfriend Allison Mathis over their daughter, Trinity, created a years-long battle that painted a picture of a tense and emotionally difficult relationship, one where their child often seemed trapped between two opposing sides. Bosch's legal troubles began in 2009 when Mathis filed a child support complaint in Maryland. In that filing, she alleged that despite Bosch earning more than $1 million per month at the time, he had stopped financially supporting her after their breakup. Mathis also claimed he abandoned her during what she described as a difficult pregnancy, and even attempted to remove her from their shared home in Texas. She sought sole custody and substantial support payments, portraying Bosch as a father who prioritized his basketball career over his daughter's well-being. Bosch firmly disputed these allegations. He stated that he had been voluntarily providing $1,500 per month, and court records confirmed that Mathis had cashed those payments. His legal team successfully argued that the case should be handled in Texas rather than Maryland, leading to the Maryland court dismissing the filing in April 2009. A Texas judge later ordered Bosch to pay $2,600 per month, far less than Mathis had requested. As Bosch's NBA career soared, the legal tension intensified. When he joined the Miami Heat in 2010, Mathis argued that his move to Florida meant he should now be subject to the state's potentially higher child support guidelines, which he claimed could increase his obligation to as much as $30,000 per month. She pointed to his ownership of a Miami Beach home and his removal from Texas voting records as justification. Bosch countered that he maintained Texas residency based on his tax filings and emphasized the additional voluntary support he provided, including a $250,000 lump sum payment in 2010, complete medical and dental coverage for Trinity, preschool tuition, extracurricular activity costs, and contributions to a college fund, none of which were court-ordered. In December 2012, a Texas court ruled in Bosch's favor, concluding that no increase in support was necessary for Trinity's welfare. Meanwhile, custody access became another battleground. In 2011, Bosch filed a lawsuit in an attempt to prevent Mathis from appearing on the reality show Basketball Wives, arguing that her participation could negatively impact Trinity's privacy and emotional well-being. Although that case was dismissed, Mathis later claimed that the legal pressure from Bosch led to her being removed from the show. By 2012, Bosch sought primary custody, alleging that Mathis was limiting his relationship with Trinity by interfering with communication and refusing to allow shared travel. Court documents from a 2012 hearing in Orlando stated that Bosch was entitled to 12 days with his daughter each month, but Mathis allegedly reduced this time to a mere 22 hours in February of that year. After 4 years of continuous litigation, the two finally reached a settlement through court-ordered mediation in September 2014. While the specific terms were sealed, reports indicated that joint custody remained in place and support obligations were unchanged. However, the conflict resurfaced again in 2018 when Mathis accused Bosch of violating their parenting agreement by relocating from Miami to Los Angeles. She argued that the move significantly extended Trinity's travel time and disrupted her schooling, and she requested more than $67,000 in attorney fees. Bosch responded with a counterclaim alleging that Mathis and her lawyer had falsified billing records over a 7-year period, urging the court to sanction them for what he described as fraudulent submissions. Publicly, Bosch has repeatedly emphasized that fatherhood is a priority for him. He has spoken in interviews about his dedication to his daughter and maintains a highly active family life with his wife, Adrienne Williams, and their 4 children together,